Well, everyone is talking about the American Rescue Plan that President Biden signed into law. It is the fourth form of legislation during the pandemic to help us recover from the economic and health effects of COVID-19. Now, to help us understand what changes have happened, how they'll affect us, is Bernadette L. Harris. She's an award-winning tax and forensic accountant. She's also the CEO of By the Book Accounting. Bernadette, it's so good to have you here with us again.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Thank you. Well, now you've had a lot of changes you've had to keep up with, or help your clients keep up with during the pandemic. Let's start with stimulus payments, the latest round. Who gets them? How much are they? I know some people may have already gotten theirs already.
Yeah, so the stimulus payment, like you said, is $1,400 this time, and it's per person. And so families, this is really going to help a lot of families because families will get $1,400 for their dependent children. Senior citizens will get $1,400. And like you said, a lot of people have already gotten theirs. So if you haven't gotten your stimulus payment, there is a tool on the IRS's website where you can check to see when you're going to get your payment, if you're going to get your payment, how you're going to get your payment. And they are basing it on the last tax return that they have on file. So if you filed a 2019 tax return, they're going to base your dependent count on what's on your 2019 taxes. If you've already filed your 2020 taxes, then they will base it on the dependent count on your 2020 taxes. So
I got it. Well, I have two sons in college. Do I get?
Yes, and so and it's different this time because the last stimulus payment, some of the college students got left out because it was up to 17. So now you're in luck. You will get your stimulus payments for your college students.
All right. Thanks, Bernadette. Okay, so unemployment benefits. What do we need to know about that? Now, and the first, $10,200 is not taxable?
Yes, and this is so a lot of people were on unemployment last year. Some people drew unemployment who've never drawn unemployment in their life. And it's created a huge tax burden for a lot of taxpayers. So now this bill is allowing for the first $10,200 to not be taxable on the federal level. Now, there are some states that don't tax unemployment benefits. There are about 15 states that do not tax unemployment benefits. So we'll see if any of the other states will follow suit. As far as I know, Georgia has not jumped on the bandwagon yet, but hopefully they will. But essentially, if you receive unemployment and let's say you received $10,000 in unemployment, since it's under that $10,200 threshold, you won't have to pay federal taxes on it, which is going to help a lot of families.
Okay, let's talk about the child tax credit. What was it before? What is it now? And is there an advanced feature to this?
Yeah, so the child tax credit was changed, but I have to preface this by saying this is effective for tax year 2021. The first two things that we mentioned are in effect right now. This is a 2021 tax law change, and this is huge. So the child tax credit used to be $2,000 per child up to 17. Now it is under 18, so it includes that 17-year-old who's still in your house eating your food, right? So it includes that 18-year-old, and they've also increased it for children under the age of 6. So children under the age of 6, you get a child tax credit of $3,600. If your child is 7 to 18, you get $3,000 per child. So that's the increase. Again, it's only for 2021, trying to help families. And there is an advanced feature, like you mentioned. And so with the advanced feature, parents will be able to receive a portion of this child tax credit, up to 50% in advance this year. So instead of waiting until you file your 2021 tax return, which will be this time next year, you will be able to register to receive a monthly advance on the child tax credit. So the IRS is rolling out a portal, and that portal is coming out this summer for parents, and you can update your information as far as your dependents. If you got a new dependent that wasn't on your 2020 tax return, you can update that information. So again, an opportunity to help working families with children.
Okay, so look for that this summer. All right, so dependent care assistance, one of the biggest expenses that, a lot of working families have next to housing is daycare,
Yes.
Talk about the changes with that.
So this is huge because daycare is so expensive. Anyone who has a small child, even if you're just using aftercare for a child, I've seen daycare expenses look like tuition, college
Or
tuition.
like a mortgage payment, yes.
Yes. And so now with this increase in the daycare child, the dependent child tax credit, you essentially will be able to qualify for a higher credit. So this credit used to be really tiny. It was a really tiny credit, and it just did not. It was not in line with inflation. It was not in line with the new tax costs. And so now with this increase, you're going to be able to. The new credit is up to. It used to be $3,000 expenses that you can claim, up to $3,000 in expenses, which is nothing. For some families, that's 1 month of daycare, and now you can claim up to $8,000 in expenses. And this is also a credit that allows you to get a refund. So the maximum refundable credit is $4,000 for one child, $8,000 for two children. So again, hopefully this is going to help lots of families. Now, another thing that about this credit is there are some families who, if your job offers a flexible spending account, flexible spending accounts are accounts that allow you to put pre-tax dollars away to pay for childcare expenses. And in the past, you could only put away $5,000. Well, now you can put away $10,500. So again, another increase that's going to help a lot of working families.
Oh, it pays to know this. Thanks so much. Okay, the premium tax credit, that's the credit used to reduce the cost of healthcare premiums for low and middle income families. What changes will we see to this credit?
So a lot of people, the premium tax credit, like you said, it's just this credit that is used to lower the cost of health insurance. And so if you got health insurance through the marketplace or healthcare.gov, you may have gotten this credit. And this credit is based on your income. Well, last year, lots of people got unemployment. People took money out of their retirement account. And this increase in income would possibly cause them to have to repay this premium tax credit, because it's like if you tell the government that your income is $80,000 and then you file your return, and because of unemployment or distributions from your IRA, it's now $100,000, you got too much credit and you will have to pay it back. Well, in 2020, it's going away. So if your income is too high to get the credit, you don't have to repay that premium tax credit. And again, I have a lot of clients who are going to be really happy about this.
Well, you're bringing a lot of us good news today, Bernadette. Now, for people who have more questions, what's an easy way for them to get in touch with you?
Our website is bythebookaccounting.com. So you can contact us there, and our number is on the website. And so thanks. I'm so excited to be here and happy to hopefully make it as simple as possible. Of course, there are lots more to it as far as the numbers and phase outs and things like that. But this is being expanded to help a lot of people.
Well, Bernadette, thank you so much for your time and explaining all this to us today.
You're welcome.